Hey guys, welcome to another Silhouette Sunday video. For today's project, I'm going to be making a card, and it's going to be a shaker card that looks very similar to a card that I made during the holiday project series. Now, one of the questions I got when I initially offered that file for free on my blog was, is there any way to make it in Silhouette Studio? And the file that I actually gave away on my blog was created in Illustrator. It wasn't created in Silhouette Studio. So that's probably where the bulk of the questions came from, is they were curious as to if it can be done, and it can. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you how to make a thin frame to stack on top of your die cut for your shaker frame, or how to make the silver frame that you see in the previous card I did for the holiday card series, the star shaker card. So I'm going to get started, and the first thing I'm going to do is draw a rectangle on my screen or on my digital mat and resize it to 4.5 by 3.25. So I'm going to uncheck this lock aspect ratio so I can make the proportions exactly what I want them to be, and change them to 4.5 by 3.25. So you can see it's resized, and now I can start creating my front panel and then my offset frame. So I'm going to go to my library and select a heart shape. So I'm going to double click this group of 11 hearts. And I don't need all of these hearts, obviously, so I'm going to select it, right click, and select ungroup. And then I'm going to just take this heart, because this is the one I want to use for my project. And now I can draw a bounding box around all of these hearts and then hit delete, because I don't need these. So onto the front panel of my card, I'm going to resize this heart to approximately the size I think it needs to be, and I'm really guesstimating. And this looks like it would probably be big enough to accommodate the stamp I want to put on the inside. So I'm going to take my mouse, and so I get a little finger, you can see it on top of the red line. I'm going to right click and hit copy, and then right click again and hit paste. So this is the heart I'm going to use to create my frame, and this is going to make up the front panel of my card. So these two hearts are exactly the same. So I'm going to draw a bounding box around both of these and go to my align window and align center and then align middle, right click, and then group these together, because I'm done working with this portion of the card. Now this heart, I'm going to offset to create a border to go around the heart, kind of to make a clean edge or a clean frame. So with the image selected, I'm going to go up to the top right hand corner and select the offset menu. And you can see in this menu we have two options. We have a regular offset and an internal offset. This regular offset actually draws the same shape on the outside with the same proportions, and this one draws the shape on the inside. And to create the frame, we're actually going to use both options. So I'm going to first select the regular offset, and you can already see it's pre-sized to 0.125 inches or 1/8 of an inch. I prefer corner, so I'm going to select corner and hit apply. And now you can see I have a frame now on the outside. So I'm going to drag that away because I'm done with it, or for now, I'm going to use it to make my frame. I'm going to select that original heart again, and this time I'm going to make an internal offset, and I'm going to make it the same exact size, 1/8 of an inch, so 125. Select corner and then apply, and now I have the internal frame, and I'm going to bring it down to this heart here. Now this one we're done with, so I'm going to select it and hit delete. And this one we're going to group it together to build our frame. But to make sure it's perfectly center, I'm going to draw a box around both images, go back to my align window, and I'm going to align center and then middle. And now I can right click and hit group. And now I can move these two images together, and they're both ready to be cut out using my silhouette. So I have my pieces all cut out and a card base already scored, and I'm taking a piece of pattern paper and adhering it to cover the entire front panel of the card. Next, I'm going to use the heart panel that I die cut and layer it on top of the actual backer piece for my shaker card. And I'm doing this so that I can use it for a mask for some stamping. But since I'm going to heat emboss my sentiment, I'm going to use my powder tool first so that I don't get embossing powder everywhere. Stamp my sentiment using Versamark ink and then heat emboss it with white embossing powder. Now that my heat embossing is complete, I can go ahead and adhere the acetate to the front panel of the card, or actually this is the back of the front panel. So I've used some liquid adhesive and I'm going to apply this piece of acetate and set it aside to dry. Next, I'm going to add my sequins and some enamel dots to the center portion of the card before I adhere the front panel down to seal everything shut. To adhere the front panel down, I've double stacked some dimensional adhesive, and I'm going to do my best to line this up so that it lands on the center where you can see the sequins and the sentiment, and then I'm going to attach it down to the front of the card. Before I move on to the inside of the card, I'm going to attach my gold heart frame using some liquid adhesive. And then I have a matching sentiment that I'm going to stamp on the inside of my card. And the first time I stamped, it didn't go well, so I just flipped that panel over and stamped the sentiment again on the back. I attached the panel to the inside of the card, and that completed the project. So here's a look at my shaker card, and as always guys, thanks for watching.